Hello! Welcome to the Mark Makes Comics YouTube channel. As always, brought to you in association with the Lakes International Comic Art Festival. I hope you guys are all right. Sorry I was a little bit late. I see you guys, your comments hadn't popped up. They only just popped up. So I was a little bit late coming there. So let me just say a few hellos. We've got Joseph Reeb. Hi, Joseph. How are you? Catherine Headley. Hi from Robert and Eddie. Hello, Robert and Eddie. Hi from Freya. Hello, Freya. Howdy from Jax, Esme, Jacob. The MCs are in the house. I like it. I like it. Ella and Hugo. Ava, Lucy, and George, and Oliver and Megan. Fantastic. It's so great to see you all. Well, not see you, but you know what I mean. You know, I can't see you, or can I? So just be careful what you do. You know, if you think about picking your nose during the show, I might be able to see you. So don't do that. That's why I don't do that during the show, because I know you can see me. Oh, James and Elizabeth, hello. Nice to see you again. So yes, we got a little bit of the formality out of the way with my little sign there, my amazing friends. Let's give them another shout out. The Lakes International Comic Art Festival. The thing is with these comic festivals, I organise one myself called MacPow. It takes place in Macclesfield at the end of June each year. And sadly, because of the situation at the moment, I've had to postpone it till next year. And so many other comic events have had to do the same thing. And so many people like myself and organisers and people from all over the world are not getting a chance to do these things. And that is a great part of what they do. Getting a chance to meet people. When I go to these, I do when I'm at the one at the lakes, I do workshops there the same way as I'm doing these here, but I do it in front of people. And I'm really hoping that come October, when the lakes is on, and a little bit later in the year, the other festivals that take place, that they're going to be able to happen. The ones in the summer, it looks like none of those are going to happen, which is a real shame, and a shame for the comics industry. But hopefully, if you support people, and there are ways to support, you know, you can find me on social media. There's Mark Makes Comics, Mark with a C. We know the deal, how it goes. Mark with a C. And I have a store as well where you can buy comics. And I'm posting out things on Sundays each week. I do a safe trip to the post office, go early on a Sunday morning, I get in there and I get out, right? And and so if you're interested in ordering any comics, you can do that from my store. I'm on Etsy, it's markmakescomics.co.uk, and you can do that. And and so that's just a way of supporting people. So this week, this past week, on Saturday, I uploaded a new video, how to draw. It was let's draw a talking lettuce, and not just any old talking lettuce. Here's the drawing that I did. It was this gentleman here. It's called Lenny the Lettuce. It's a character that I created for the Beano. We talked about that. You might have watched the video. If you haven't, it's there now. You can watch it. I'm going to hold him up. Hold up a lettuce. If anybody else has got a lettuce nearby they want to hold up while we're doing this, then please feel free to hold up a lettuce. It can be any size you want. This is the size I've gone with, but you might have a different size lettuce in your house. And we talked about as well, not only did we draw the talking lettuce, that was that we dispelled the myth that the lettuces are actually the food of Easter, the main food of Easter. Everyone's interested about buying eggs and all this kind of nonsense, but it's actually lettuces that are the traditional Easter food. If you actually look in any history books, you'd have to go to the library. So obviously at the moment you can't do that, so you can't find out these historical facts, but allow me to do that for you. You can find that the lettuce is the historical food of Easter. Because obviously, what do bunnies and rabbits like to eat? They eat carrots and lettuce. You see? When was the last time you saw a rabbit eating chocolate? Think about it. Okay, so yes, so in honor of that, I drew my character Lenny the Lettuce. We talked about the fact he's a little bit different now. He's got this nice tie, and what I hadn't done during the demonstration, I had got this pink pen ready to do the pink color on his tie and his pencil here, but I forgot to do it. So my daughter said to me at the end, "Why did you borrow my pink pen after all that? You didn't even use it." And then I realized. So here it is to show you. And you guys have been sharing your lettuces with me on social media, on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these other crazy places you can go to. And they've been really cool to see. So keep sending me your drawings. Keep sending me all the drawings. Anything you want to draw, please send it along to me, because I love seeing it. And yes, so this week, it's comic strip week, okay? And you might say, Mark, what is comic strip week? Yeah, so you just said it. Well, Comic Strip Week, I can't even say it. Comic Strip Week is where I'm going to show you how to do the basics of making a comic strip. And for those of you, I'm just going to angle this down a little bit. Oh, there you go. Don't want to get my double chin. For those of you that don't know what a comic strip is, you crazy people out there, allow me to help you and to inform you about that. Now, comic strips are basically what you might have found in a newspaper. If anybody knows what a newspaper is, it's a big thing that has lots of news in it, and some of it isn't true. But the thing that is true is that they have comic strips, and the little strips that run literally 4 panels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are of all different things, all different characters. You might know Charlie Brown and Snoopy and Peanuts. You might know things like Marmaduke. There's an old one. There are even ones, Spider-Man ones, Flash Gordon. He's a good one. And all these different strip cartoons. And my favourite strip cartoon is this one here. These guys here called Calvin and Hobbes. Now, if you don't know Calvin and Hobbes, you really should do. Calvin and Hobbes are, in my opinion, it's the greatest comic strip ever made. And it's done by a man here called Bill Watterson. You can see Bill Watterson. And his comic strips kind of look like this. This is a book of his comic strips. And look at these. Aren't these incredible? Wow. And see the 4 panels. And the way it usually works is in the first panel, you set up the situation. The second and third panels, things happen. And then the fourth panel is where it all ends, and hopefully it ends with a bit of humour, a few laughs. And that's kind of like the basics of making comic strips. So, and then you've got these other fantastic pages, these colour pages like that. Look at that, wow. And it's amazing what you can do in a 4-panel comic strip. So my Lenny the Lettuce comic, going back to Lenny the Lettuce, originally was a 4-panel comic strip. And and it appeared in the Beano in that way. So just 4 panels along. And so they're quite different than these. So this is a comic page, all right? And this is a character called Wacko Man that I do for a comic called a magazine called Comic Scene magazine. It comes out every month, and he's a crazy kind of superhero guy. And so this is kind of like the artwork for that. It's digital. I work on my computer. I draw on the computer with a thing called one of these. Look at these rascals. This rascal here. Don't drop it, Mark. With one of these, it's kind of like a big iPad, and I have a fancy pen like this, and I draw straight onto the screen. It's amazing. So although this isn't technically, hang on a sec. This isn't technically drawn onto here. This is a printout to show you kind of the size of it. And to show you the lines and stuff like that. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to create a basic comic strip. So all you need, as always, is some pens, some felt pens. And if you've got them, shake them. So let's shake the pens, the shake the pen section. All right, okay, shake the pens. And you need some paper. I have my big chart, my big flip chart here. But you get yourself some nice piece of A4 paper. And of course, you need a receptacle with a drink in it. So one for me. And you know the deal. One for your homies. So keep hydrated throughout the show, because that's going to help your brain work, okay? That's why my brain works, because I drink a lot of water. And today I ran out of coffee, or yesterday I ran out of coffee, so I've not had any coffee today either. So I'm just hydrating with the water. This is a cleansing, okay? However, I did have 18 glasses of wine with my breakfast, which in some circles is frowned upon, but not in the circles that I operate in. Isn't that right, Tina? So yeah, speaking of Tina, we have a lady called Tina here. Iris, Tessa, and Douglas, say hello to them, and hi from the Lewises, and love your wholesome content. I love your wholesome content. Well, I am very grateful of that. So, without further ado, get your piece of paper and get your pen. So, what do we do here? I'm going to swing round. Okay, I'm just going to move my expensive drawing tablet so I don't crush it with my chair. All right, because that'd be a travesty. Okay. And I'm back. He's back. So first thing we do, obviously, is we look at the screen, or I do, and I do a line here, so I know to not do anything lower than there. And I've done it a little bit higher today, but that's okay, because I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to draw my little fish, the usual fish, because we know, what do we say? How do you shout it out? What do we say? Yes, nothing lower than the fish. Everybody shout that. Nothing lower than the fish, okay? Right, so nothing lower than the fish. If I draw anything lower than the fish. You can barely see him, but he is there. Look, I'll nudge him up. Oh, there you go. Look, if I draw anything lower than the fish, look, I'm drawing stuff down here. You can't see it, but don't worry. Even though I have a chunk of the area here, look at it. Look at all that space there. My daughters come in and they add bits to there. So don't you worry. Stop panicking. All right, we're not wasting paper here. Just 1 second. Let me just attend to something. I'm getting a little bit of a. There you go. That's done absolutely nothing. Fantastic. Right. So what I want you guys to do, I'm going to show you the basics of how to do a comic strip, and I'm going to give you the basics for it. And I want you guys to then go off and do great things of your own afterwards that you can then share with me. So I'm going to do this in kind of like the wrong way round. So the last thing I'm going to show you is going to be the first thing on your comic strip. But you can feel free to join in and just copy what I'm doing anyway. So the first thing I want you to do is to do a line on your piece of paper straight down. So half your piece of paper. So if you've got an A4 piece of paper, just draw a line. It doesn't matter whether you're going landscape or portrait, it doesn't matter, okay? You just split it in half and then find your halfway. You don't need a ruler. Anybody out there is getting a ruler. And look, that's a ruler, and ain't nobody's ruler cooler than my ruler. Okay, look at that ruler. It's a Star Wars ruler. It's a classic Star Wars ruler. It's not something I just bought recently. This is from the 1970s, when every one of you weren't alive, but maybe some of your parents were. Look at that, Star Wars, okay? So, but you don't need a ruler. Put your rulers away in your ruler holder, right? You don't need a ruler. We're not measuring it out. It's none of that. Just do it as by eye, straight across. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, okay? So this square here is going to be the last square that we're going to talk about, but it's going to be the first square on your comic strip. So this is our explanation of how to do these things, and this is where we're going to start. So when you do your, so you can draw this bit at the end, but then after the show you can draw this bit again but up here, and then you're going to then fill these boxes yourself, right, without my help. I'm just helping you now. I can't help you the whole time. I can't be there for the rest of the day. I've got things to do, all right? But yeah, I'm here now for another half an hour, all right, and we're gonna have some fun. All right, so in comic strips there are a few rules, okay? I always advise you, nice dog, I advise you to break the rules in cartoon drawing, but you've also got to play by the rules a little bit. And then once you know the rules, you can then break them again, all right, okay? So in comic strips, the way it kind of works is, if we can see here, so this will be your first panel. Now I'm doing this as a square, whereas in the one I showed you before, the Calvin Hobbes one, that was a strip along. But to make this easier for you, I've just done it as squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes like that. Whereas if it was in a strip, it could be 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Yeah, you got it? 1, 2, 3, yeah. Now you can do it that way. If you've got a big piece of paper at home, you could do it as a strip like that. But it's a square because it's easier for me to show you. Right. So comic strips can be about anything. And for this particular one, I am going to do it about hot dog and mustard. These gentlemen here, we've talked about them a few times. They're proving quite popular. So I decided to do it about them because we've got two characters to play with. So let's not overcomplicate it, but using two characters is going to help you understand the basics. So imagine this is where our first panel is. And what you want to do is in the first panel, you need to show your characters, okay? Now, you can be detailed and you cannot be. But the thing you need to do, and this is just a line. So you can do this if you want. Feel free to just do this along with me, right? We're just going to do a little dot here across here like that. Okay? All right, can you see that? It's a bit faint, but that's okay, right? Now this up here is where your words are going to be. It could be a tiny bit lower, but where your words are going to be, your speech bubbles, right? We know what a speech bubble is. These are things here that the characters say. Yeah, these are speech bubbles. We did that a couple of weeks ago. We did bubbles and balloons and thought bubbles and whisper bubbles and things like that. So that's where the bubbles are going to go. Now, you don't draw this on usually, but I'm just showing you this, okay? And then, for instance, your characters. So let's do them nice and quick first. We got one. So let's do a character like this. and a character like that, okay, like that, and like that. Look at this, it's basic stuff, so you don't even have to worry. And then we're doing it like that, okay? We've got another one, okay? All right, and so just the basics are showing two characters talking to each other. Now here's one of the rules. So we got this rule here. This is the way. So you keep this space for your drawing, and you keep this space for your balloons and your words, okay? Because if you don't work that out or plan that out a little bit, you're going to run out of space. And if you were working with somebody else and you were doing the drawings and they were doing the writing, they'd have no space to do their last little bit. So if you think, so one balloon might be here and one balloon might be here, okay? All right, like that, you see? All right. And then you would obviously have your little pointy bits which show that the balloons are pointing to the people, so you know who's talking. All right, sorry, I'm getting in the way there. All right, and these are, so this is a comic strip of two characters talking. And you can see that this character is raising his arm up like that, and this one is kind of doing that. So it kind of indicates what maybe they're saying. And so that's how you do. You set a scene, and you can keep it really simple, or you can put some detail in there, like maybe a wall and another little wall like that, and things like that. So you can, add a little bit of detail to show them where they are. They might be in a house. If they're here, maybe there's a window behind one of them. It's like that. It's just a simple kind of thing. So that's just a very scribbly kind of idea. Well, and this is where they are going to be talking. And we talked about the fact that when you do speech bubbles, you do, even though I've done them here, but we're not going to fill them with words. You do the words first, you do the bubble around them. So if you know where everything's going to be, up here that this is where your bubbles are going to be, you don't need to worry about, well, I've not got enough space. You write your words in here and then do your bubbles, right? Okay. Now, what you can do is you can write your words, get all your words in first, then you can do your lovely drawing, and then you can do the balloon around it last, so it can sort of just touch and then, go in there and be part of the drawing as well. Balloons aren't just something you slap on, they're part of the drawing. You see the way that I have, let's have a look. Let me see. Give you a really good example. So I kind of have them kind of tucking in, like the robot's talking here, and the balloons just kind of tucked in. It's not just slapped on; it's part of the drawing, so you can have them tucked behind and stuff like that. So yes. So then we have. So we know. So and here we're moving on now. Okay. So this is we've set it up here. Okay. We've got these two characters. Okay, that are going to become hot dog mustard, but they're just two characters. You can do two totally different characters if you want, but we've got two characters. So let's do this again. So now we're going to do the balloon like that, right? And another balloon like that. Okay. Now I haven't done the line anymore. Don't even need the line here anymore because I just know that this is the top half here, right? Okay, like you guys will. And all it is you guys just getting used to things and getting the confidence to draw. That's all the drawing is. It's confidence. It's not even about skill. It's not whether you're great at it. It's about doing it and having the confidence to want to do it and just have fun, right? And so I kind of know that that's where the bubbles are, right? Now, we can even throw in another one. We could even do this, right? The thing is with bubbles, the reason why they're here at the top is because what do bubbles do in balloons? They float, they go up, right? So the ones, the big ones, they're here, they're already going, all right? And then some of the little ones, they're not quite gone yet. So you can have a little tiny one here. So let's draw another guy. So we're going to do another character here, all right? Okay, all right. And we're just doing it. It doesn't have to be the same, but you just kind of look at. I am drawing the same thing, but it doesn't have to be perfectly the same. We just, you get the idea. Okay, all right. It's a bit higher. He's a bit further away, like that. 3 fingers. Look at that. Right. So I don't need to do the background bit again, but you know what? Maybe I will. Let's just tuck it in there. Okay. Let's just tuck it in. So okay, we got that there, right? Now. When in a comic strip, when your characters are talking, the first character that talks is always going to be the character on the left, okay? If he's got something to say, then the first one, that character has to be on the left-hand side, because otherwise the balloons are going to get crossed over and you're going to not understand. The person reading isn't going to understand who's talking and what's actually going on in your comics. So you've got to keep it nice and simple. So this is the character. So for instance, he's saying, hi there. All right. He says, hi there. And he goes, hi. All right. Now, in this case, these could technically be swapped around. But if you're saying something more detailed, then you'd need to know what he was saying first. And then this is the guy here, this character here, is the one who's responding in the conversation. He's talking first, and this character's talking second. Right? And so you know that's the basic rule. This is bully number 1, that's number 2. So number 1, number 2, all right, and number 3. Now, this week, you might think this is getting a little bit more complicated, but I thought it'd be cool to do something a little bit more complicated for you guys. We've been doing this 4 weeks, our 4th week now, and you guys have been doing an amazing job. And I thought it's time, let's take it up a notch. So this is all about taking it up a notch, okay? If you're with me, I want you to say it with me. Let's take it up a notch. Take it up a notch, okay? All right, okay. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is the hi there. Hi, and then this balloon here is how you get this other character saying another thing. So you follow it round. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, well, you only got 2 characters, but you've got 3 things being said, okay? And this is a clear way to show that. So hi there, hi, and let's just for the sake of it, but this is the craziest conversation in the entire history of the world. Hello, hi there, hi, hello, okay? Right, that's fine. So we've got our 3 panels there, and we can see that these characters. In fact, now I want to sort of, let's have a little bit of something to these guys and make them look, who they are. These actually are nothing like the characters we're going to do in our actual comic strip, but we're just doing it like this for the sake of here because I'm doing it nice and fast. These are 2 people having a conversation, and look at them, right? Look at them there, okay? But this is just the basics for me to show you how things are working. Let's have a quick hello. We've got somebody saying, the lady called Tina saying, how rude. I don't know what that means. And a lady called Karen Tyson saying, hello from Barnaby in the Lake District. The Lake District. Well, these are the people who know all about the Lakes International Comic Art Festival. Hopefully they've been. And Barnaby's mum loves Calvin and Hobbes too. She sounds like the kind of lady that I'd like to have a glass of water with. One for me. One for my homies. Keep hydrated, kids. Right. So we're going to move on. So we know that these are the 1, 2, 3, okay? And we know that the characters exist in here and they are making their conversations. And so let's start again. So we do the balloon here like that, and we do that, okay? And I've kind of raced on a little bit, which is fine. I was going to show you this bit, how you can add that to it there, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do now, I want to start you guys off by showing you how we're going to actually do the comic strip. So this is where we're going to do a bit more of a detailed first panel of the comic strip. But this is how we are the basics of creating a comic strip. So once you've done one panel, okay, the characters are talking, you can then start to change it a little bit. So we already showed where these characters exist, okay? So I'm now going to give you a demonstration of how you can move it on in your comic strip. Now you can have, every single panel can be the exact same thing where the characters are talking, and in the next panel, this is just a different conversation, but the characters are saying, they look exactly the same, so the exact same scene, but they just carry on the conversation. Or you can do some fun things that will make it look visually for the reader of your comic, and they will enjoy it more because they'll look at it and think, oh, this comic just looks nice and different. Oh, wow, look at all these different panels. Even in a 4-panel comic strip, you can have lots of fun and do lots of cool things with it. You don't have to just keep drawing the exact same thing. So one of the ways to do that is by doing, so we've got these gentlemen here, so let's draw them now a little bit bigger. So to make it a little bit different, we're zooming in a little bit. So it's like the camera is zooming in a little bit, okay? Right? And we're drawing this guy. Let's just draw him here. He's got his hair like that, okay? I don't know, his hair's like that. And he's talking and like that, okay? So, all right, and then can you see that, okay? And then you can have little bits at the bottom, like his hand is popping out, okay? And then maybe his arm would go down there, but we don't need to see all that bit, so see, all right? So this here is this character here. And this is a close-up one, because now we're zooming in on the action of what these guys are actually saying. We've established where they are. They're somewhere. They've got somewhere. They're in a house maybe, or an office. They've got a window somewhere. You know, you can add other things here. You could have like a little table with a little lamp on it like that. It's got a little lamp. Okay, it's just a fast lamp. That's what's known as a fast lamp. Okay, with a little bit of detail for the detail fans out there. Okay, so we know now that we're zooming in, and this conversation is continuing, but we're just going to show it like that. We know that there are words in there. Okay, for the demonstration purposes. This is just to demonstrate. So I would now draw this guy here. So he's down here. So we have to kind of look. And we have to bear in mind that this guy's smaller than this guy. So we kind of, again, we look and, again, simple things. But if they're talking to each other, their eyes look like they're looking at each other and things like that. And, and things are put, so they're not just kind of looking straight out, they're looking at each other. So you know that these characters are interacting. All right, and then let's just do his hair like that. I don't know. We're doing it like that. He's moved in a bit closer to him, and he's going. Now you can change it up. I should have done this because I didn't, but I might do this here. All right. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. All right. So we've got the character here, and let's say that he's also got his hand. He's bringing his hand like that. It's a strange little hand, but it's fine. He's got his hand like that, and then maybe his other hand is like that. All right. And just with a bit of body language, you can do. So, and then remember what we've done with the other drawings? You can do just a couple of little simple lines. And those little simple lines show a bit of movement, things that are going on. All right. So you can see here that he's saying something to him and he's responding. This guy isn't talking first. He can't be because he is over here. The only way that this guy could be talking first is this way. Okay. Are we ready for this? Are we ready? Who's ready? You're ready. I'm ready. Okay. Now, look alive. Right, so we do a balloon here and watch this. Right, the balloon goes like that, right? And it's pointing over here. So you can have this guy here, all right? Okay, but what we're going to do now is I'm going to change his expression. Just tucking his hair in there, just for the sake of argument, all right? Like that, okay? So he's kind of changed his expression. In this one, he was kind of happy. They were having a fun conversation. Hi there. Hi. Hello. And now they're having a little conversation. Oh, yeah, my name's John. I'm from the Lake District. Yeah, well, my name's Mike. I'm from Stockport. Things like that. They're just chatting. It's two people who are meeting each other. Okay. Now. Hi there. Hi. Hello. This is a bit mean, but we're going to do it. I don't like you, he's saying. I don't like you. Right? Okay? I don't like you. Now, it might have happened in this lockdown that on occasion, some of you might have said that to each other. I don't like you. We're spending a lot of time together, okay? And it's tricky. And I hope you are all staying well and doing things, getting your exercise each day and doing your safe shopping, not going too far. And you might have, because we're all together, you might have fallen out. And somebody at some point might have said, I don't like you. They don't mean it. Nobody means anything that they're saying at the moment. At home, they don't. Everyone's a bit crazy, right? And the same with this guy. He doesn't really mean it, but he said, I don't like you. And this guy here, this is how he's reacted. So you know that he's not happy about this. So before we've even written these words, we know that this guy has said something and he's got a little cheeky smile like that. He's doing it like that because he's being a bit mean. He's got a mean face, right? Okay, you know, a bit of a mean face. He's even changed his hair a little bit. That's how mean he is. It's fine, right? I don't like you. But then, right? And he's pointing. So let's have him pointing. But we're going to do a point here like this because there's going to be a reason for it. So he's pointing. I don't like you. And he's pointing. All right? Now, we don't need to show this guy's arms because if somebody said that to me, I'd be just like that. This is how I'd be. You know, I wouldn't have my arms up. I'd be like that. Right? And that's how he is. He's kind of, right. Now, let's bring in the third balloon. 1, 2, 3. Right? This one here, we've taken this is the third balloon. Now the third balloon is becoming the second balloon. Are you following me? This is the first balloon that this guy's saying. Now we can tuck it in here because we've left the clear area. Let's use another pen just so you can see that. We've left the clear area. Clear area, right? Okay. But you know that pretty much that's clear. The clear area there, the clear area. Say it with me, clear area, clear area. Okay, you can clear the area, right? It's a clear area, right? Say it 15 times, it will literally make no sense to you. It's already lost all meaning to me. Just the clear area up here. So we know that this balloon is here. We know we can do this. We know we can get away because we've got room to put a balloon here that this guy's saying. Okay, it's not this guy anymore. He's not talking. This guy's talking. Now we can add this one. Was the third balloon. This is the third balloon area. But now, as if by magic, this has become the second balloon area. And we're going to do this. We're going to go, oh, ... Right? Because it's not the nicest thing to say. Right? I don't like you. Because everyone's friendly in this one. Hi there. Hi. Hello. I don't like you. Oh, he's not angry. He's just a bit sad. And maybe even he's got a tear. Or he's just surprised. That's how you kind of do like a, right? And he's saying, oh, so we've introduced the third bubble has now become the second bubble, and it's there. So we've got this space for dialogue, which is the words. You know, it's a bit of a complicated word there. Dialogue is how the characters are talking, and you have the heavier dialogue, the most dialogue going on up here, and then you have the little bits of kind of words, oh or hello, just these little things that can just go here, which add a bit more depth to your comic strip. Okay. So you're not just restricted to these bits. So that is how you then make it look more interesting by starting off with your characters. They're in a house, they're hanging out, or they're in an office, and then they zoom in. Now on your next panels, you can zoom back out again. You can zoom in again, and you can even just draw a panel with one character. Okay. So, but then you could do. So now, are we ready? Right. This is a new one. Never before. On the Wednesday show, have I flipped my flip chart over, but I'm doing it today, right? Everybody say bye to this page, right? You take a picture, do a screenshot of that if you want. Screenshot time. Everybody do a screenshot on 1, 2, 3, go. All right, you didn't get that. Did you do a screenshot? You can hold your camera up as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, take a picture now. Right, okay, you've done your screenshots. This is going, it's not coming back, but this show will be saved for later where you can watch it again on catch up, okay? Catch up, not catch up, catch up, okay? So we're flipping, it's happening. No. Right, let's get the line in. The line one, straight across, nothing below the fish, nothing below the fish. Okay, remember, I'm going to be doing t-shirts with that on. That you'll be able to buy from me very soon. Nothing below the fish t-shirts. If you want a nothing below the fish t-shirt, all you've got to do is tell me and I can take orders for those. Nothing below the fish, that's your fish. So let's split up our page again. All right, okay, if you're following along, you might be doing exactly the same thing I'm doing, or you might be doing a totally different thing. You might have just gone off on a tangent and you might be just doing something crazy, which is fine. Because the rules are here to be broken. Once I give you the basics, you can do anything you want with them, okay? So, what we're going to do now is I'm going to do this, okay? So we had the two guys talking. Then we had a zoom in, two guys still. Now we're doing a zoom back out, but we're having a bit of fun with it. I'm doing a balloon here, okay? See? It's still working in the third of the panel, like you know, like that. Okay, still up there. That's fine. All right. And he's going, what? He's really reacting. All right. What? Because he's just been told in light, I don't like you. Oh, what? And then what we can do now we know that no one else is talking. Here, there's no more talking up here, so we can use this space now, okay? And what we can do now is this. Let's draw our guy. We can't really remember what he looks like. So, right, he had hair, didn't he, like that? And he's got a mouth. What? And he's got his little, you know, little spit. You know, sometimes if somebody shouts at you, like if your parents shout you sometimes they hose you down, right? And it's like, my word, say it, don't spray it, right? But sometimes that's what happens, right? It hoses you down. Say it, don't spray it. But in comics, it's fun to draw that because you know that, and it's all about exaggeration and sometimes doing things that would never actually happen, but you exaggerate them with the the bits of spit or spray coming out of their mouths. Okay, but it's all right, we can say that's fine, right? And you exaggerate it by doing that, so it just makes it look more fun. And so here he is now, and I'm gonna do his arms like that. He's like that, and he's got his arms, and he's like what? And he's coming in like that, and he's got a really ridiculous kind of pose. His feet are coming off the ground, and he's waving his arms. He's like, what? He can't believe it. And look at him. And we do these little things here. I do these little lines to show that he's kind of come off the ground like that. Okay. And he's even like these. Look at these lines. Oh my word. That's like kind of like, what? Okay. And the other guy, you don't even need, as you can see, you don't even need to show the other guy, right? We don't need to show the other guy. Oh, somebody said, please do a smart gorilla. I'm sorry, Devin Burke, but that is Freestyle Friday. This is Wednesday. This is How-To Wednesdays. We take requests on a Friday, all requests on Friday. So that's coming up this Friday, where I will draw anything you want. If you come on then, Devin Burke, I will draw you a smart gorilla for definite, okay? Right, so this is the reaction panel, and then to end a comic strip, you've got to start where you ended, you've got to end where you started, okay? So again, we're going to have I'm going to do like this. One, look is pointing that way, okay? And then two, okay? All right. One's going that way, one's going that way. Crazy business. Right. Now, we've got our guys in again. Let's draw them in. Okay. And he's like that. And he's got his ear. And he's got his thing in his hair. And his hair's like that. And he's happier now. He looks happier. Right. So straight away, you know that something is going on here that's changed. We've got a change in the situation. All right. And we've got this guy here, however he looked. We're trying to remember, but it's okay. He can't have this hair like that, didn't he? And he's got his smile. And we're doing here, he's got an arm like that. So everyone's got open arms. So it means when you kind of got your arms like that, it means, you're just there for them, and he's got his arms like that, and he's got his little feet, right? And we can do the background if we want. We had a wall here, didn't we? And there was a bit of a window tucked in there. That's how you draw a window. You just do two lines like that. It's easy, right? Okay. Now, what's changed? What? And then he's saying here, I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. Okay. I've changed my mind. Now, look. We have some space here. So this is no longer the second bubble. This is the third bubble. Back again, because now I'm putting this in here. I could have put it at the start, but I'm throwing you a curveball. A curveball, right? I've changed my mind. I was totally wrong. I was totally wrong. All right. And the last panel, the last word goes to this gentleman who started it all off. He was just being friendly with his hello, and he's going, that's cool. All right. That's cool. They are friends again. All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the basics of how you create a comic strip. I've not shown it you all together, but I'm going to flip back here now because I've just shown you some different ideas of how it kind of goes along. All right. I wanted to show you the basics of how you kind of lay it out. Then you introduce things, and we're actually starting to introduce some characters. Then we showed a little close-up. Then we showed an alternative close-up, right? Because I know you guys can keep up with this, right? You guys can keep up with alternative close-ups. We didn't need to just do the 4 panels and just keep it simple like that. I know that you guys can do this, all right? And then we're now showing you how we could do the zoom out, back out again, and always end up with the 2 characters in the place they were at the start. Unless the scene has changed, they could be, but always never end on a close-up. Never end on a close-up, right? You've got to show the characters where they are. Never end on a close-up. That is the rule, okay? So I'm going to show you here. I'm going to leave this one blank here, but I'm going to, in fact, actually, no, I'm going to do it here. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is your homework task. Is everybody, great tutorial. Somebody just said, I'll read that afterwards. I'll read your comment later. So this is going to be your first panel. So, and we're going to use our characters, Hot Dog and Mustard, okay? So remember what we do. We do the balloon first. So I'm going to do it like this. This is a bit different. Okay, I'm going to do it like that. And in this balloon, Hot Dog is going to say this. Sorry, Mustard, we can't go to the park. Now, you can go to the park at the moment, but you've got to be safe. You try and go when there's not lots of people. We tend to go early, so you can have a nice bit of time. Not on the playground. You're not allowed on the playground, but you can go maybe on the skate park and just keep your space, lots of space around you. Maybe have a run on the grass. Don't have a picnic. Don't stay. You've just got to keep moving around. Get your exercise. Okay, you get in, you have your exercise, and you get out of there. So the next people can enjoy it as well. So I thought, Hot Dog Mustard, sorry, Mustard, we can't go to the park. Okay, and Mustard's saying, right, oh, Hot Dog, sorry, oh yeah, oh, Hot Dog, nearly got my mustards and hot dogs mixed up. Oh, Hot Dog, why not? Okay, now, so this is going to be your first panel. So this is the one I want you guys to copy. You could have copied all the other bits as well. That's fine, but for this one, this is the first panel, even though it's down here. Maybe a little bit confusing, but I know you guys, well, let's do it like this. Look, okay? So this is your comic strip here, okay? And this panel here is panel 1, okay? And you guys are going to do panel 2, 3, and 4, okay? This is you. This is the me color. This is me. I'm blue. And you are orange. Orange. Okay? Everybody say it with me. That's French. Orange. Okay? It's very similar to citron. Citron. Okay? Right? If you've just tuned in, you think, what is that guy doing? It's having a bit of fun. All right? So, this is our panel number 1, the blue panel, not the orange panel. Okay? So, I'm just going to finish it off. Sorry, Mustard, we can't go to the park. Oh, Hot Dog, why not? Right, so I'm going to draw a hot dog. Right, he looks like this. And the cool thing about Hot Dog and Mustard, and I made it easy for myself, make it easy for yourself, is that Hot Dog and Mustard basically are the same dog, but one's bigger and one's smaller, okay? So all you've got to do is draw the same thing a bit smaller. It's the tricks of the trade, you see? And he's got his arm tucked in there like that. He's got his neck like that. And he's got his hand. And he's coming like that. And he's got his, like that, his mouth. And he has a big H for hot dog. Okay? All right, that's him there. And he's stood there. So as the guys were before, we've got a wall. He stood there like that. Okay? Oh, little ding, 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 ding. Detail fans. You know what time it is. There's a little tail there, okay, and a little bit of detail there, and we're good to go. Oh, hang on, they always have these little lines under there. Always do that. So that is Hot Dog. Sorry, Mustard, we can't go to the park. That's how the comic strip is starting. Mustard's like that. He loves the park, right? Like, we all love the park. And he's like, oh, no, like that. See, you can't believe it. You cannot believe it. In fact, Mustard sometimes really reacts ridiculously. So he's so unbelieving of this that it's made him jump in the air, very much like this guy, okay? And he's got his arms down like that. Why can't I go to the park? His tail's like that, okay? And he can't believe it. And he's like, oh, let's do like that. There you go, okay? So this is your task. You can do it over the next week. You can do it today if you want. Whenever you have time. Sorry, Mustard, we can't go to the park. Oh, Hot Dog, why not? But here is the challenge. Don't just do it about something like we're experiencing at the moment. We all know that. That's just not much fun. What I want you guys to do is come up with a 4-panel comic strip, 1, 2, 3, 4, with something amazing. A really crazy reason why Hot Dog and Mustard, everyone's favourite comic book couple, right, can't go to the park. Is it because aliens are in there? Is it because the park has fallen into a time loop and life as we know it is just spun out of control? Is it because the park's closed? Is it because there's 15 cats having a party in the park, right? I want you guys to come up with the craziest idea possible, and I want you to share all your ideas with me and tag me. It's at Mark Makes Comics, Mark with a C, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, I don't know, whatever else you use, you crazy kids, and show me your drawings. If you've done fast, you can show me today. Show me what you've been doing along with this show. And there's no rush. Show me the course of this week leading up to Freestyle Friday, which is coming this Friday at 2 o'clock. Right? And I hope you're all going to be ready for that, where I will take your challenges. For 45 minutes, you challenge me what to draw, and I challenge you guys right back. Okay? And you can share all those drawings. Well, this is the end of the show. I know. Can you believe it? 46 minutes in, and we're at a right old time. One for me, one for my homies. All right, you are all my homies. Stay strong. Keep drawing. Keep sharing your drawings. If you are able to, please support me on Ko-fi.com, where it's Ko-fi.com/Mark Makes Comics, Mark with a C, where you can buy me a cheeky little cyber coffee. Now remember, I ran out of coffee earlier yesterday. I've not even had a normal coffee, so a cyber coffee would be much appreciated. It helps keep this channel going. And I want to keep putting more and more stuff on there, and I put stuff on that page as well. Comic strips, you can read some Hot Dog and Mustard comic strips on there as well. They're on there for free. And I'll be uploading some other things. And here's an exciting thing. Last week, I didn't tell you this, but last week I launched on Instagram a brand new comic. Let me show you. Here you go. This is amazing how you can do this. A brand new comic. And this is for, let me show you here. Let me show you. It's called, this one here, look. It's called Bring the Ninja, okay? It's a crazy ninja comic, kind of like Ninja Turtles with robots and madness. And superheroes, and it's a weekly comic weekly comic on Instagram that you can check out. So that's coming Friday as well. I'll come live straight after this show on Friday. I'll be dropping it like it's hot, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So I really want. Oh, hang on. I don't think Ava, Lucy, and George have ever been this quiet for 45 minutes. They loved it. That lady is heading straight to Ko-fi.com/Mark Makes Comics to show her appreciation. It's incredible. This is how it works. We're live. These things can literally happen. It's my pleasure, the Bartons. Please join me again on Friday for Freestyle Friday, and I'll be back here on Wednesday again with another demonstration. But make sure you show me your comics. 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. That's all you've got to do. You've not even got to do one, really, because I did this one for you. I gave you all the basics. Share and share and share. I want to see everything that you've been drawing. And you don't even have to do Hot Dog and Mustard if you don't want. You want to come up with your own characters, do that one first, and do your own characters. Keep making comics. That's all I ask of you. So until next time, I will see you next week. And remember, kids, we've got this. Stay well, stay safe. Bye.